Like I think a lot of you, at least on the TikTok side, I saw that video of the woman crying and weeping because her partner, who is Venezuelan, is at risk for being deported by ICE. They have a child together, and she's worried about the whole situation, going as far as to tag Trump and the administration in the post. And the twist here, of course, is that she voted for Trump. Now, my sympathies are quite limited, you might say. A lot of sympathy for the child, not so much sympathy for her. And that's in part because Trump promised that he was going to do mass deportations. And as anyone could have told you at the time, mass deportations weren't going to be selectively picking out the criminal illegal aliens. It was going to be deportations of basically any immigrant they could get their hands on, regardless of whether they had legal status or not, whether they were doing things the right way, quote unquote, or not, whether they were in the pathway, in the pipe for getting some kind of permanent residency or not. Now, this video isn't going to be about sympathy, whether you should have sympathy for her or not. I have my feelings, you have yours. The thing is, I've seen quite a few videos like this. This is almost a genre, and it raises the question, what's the disconnect? Why did these people not understand what they were voting for? And that's what I'm going to attempt to answer in this video. Why did they not understand what they were voting for? And I think it comes down to perception of what politics is in the first place. If you're a regular voter, you are someone who probably has a well-defined sense of where you fall on the political spectrum. And more importantly, you tend to see politics as being meaningful in some way. But for the kind of person who doesn't vote very often, who doesn't pay a ton of attention to politics, who maybe only shows up for one presidential election out of several, the kind of voter, in other words, who helped give Trump a second term in the White House, politics isn't that. It's more like something that kind of exists in the air that you don't really feel like concerns you. If anything, it seems like a game, and the candidates are less representatives of a particular sets of ideology or policies. They are less that than they are vibes, and Trump's vibe adds this celebrity, this very well-known celebrity, is this vibe of, for many voters, right, of prosperity, wealth, of kind of a devil-may-cry independence and disregard for convention, the kinds of things that people, or Americans rather, have always been attracted to. And so if you're viewing politics as something like almost a sport, and the choice of the voting booth is the vibe you want to align with, then it makes total sense you would vote for Trump. And although he may say things about what he's going to do, because you kind of disregard politics as a place of substance to begin with, you don't really take that seriously. And so when they actually do the things that they say they're going to do, which I need to remind people is what usually happens. Politicians usually do what they say they're going to do. You're left in a state of shock. I really think it's that simple. You thought it was a game, you thought it wasn't real, and it turns out that it is.